This video is part of the adult education series on reading. It covers character analysis in literary texts. Pay close attention, take notes, and be ready to answer some questions at the end.
Characters are the lifeblood of literature. They are the individuals, realistic or fantastical, who populate stories, drive plots, and embody themes. Understanding characters is essential for interpreting and appreciating literary works, as they serve as the primary means through which authors communicate ideas, emotions, and conflicts. In literature, a character is any person, animal, or even object that takes on a role within a narrative. Characters can be complex and multidimensional, or simple and symbolic. They are typically categorized as either major or minor, depending on their importance to the story. Major characters, such as protagonists and antagonists, are central to the plot, while minor characters support the narrative and help to flesh out the world of the story. Characters can be classified in several ways. Protagonist, the main character around whom the story revolves. The protagonist is often the character with whom readers are meant to identify, and their goals, struggles, and growth form the core of the narrative. Antagonist, the character or force that opposes the protagonist. The antagonist creates conflict and challenges the protagonist, driving the story forward. Dynamic character, a character who undergoes significant internal change throughout the story. This change can be emotional, psychological, or moral. Static character, a character who remains largely unchanged throughout the narrative. Static characters often serve as foils to dynamic characters, highlighting their development. Round character, a well-developed character with complex traits, motivations, and backgrounds. Round characters feel realistic and relatable. Flat character, a simple, one-dimensional character who embodies a single trait or idea. Flat characters are often used for specific purposes, such as comic relief or to advance the plot. Characterization refers to the methods authors use to develop and present characters. There are two primary types. Direct characterization. The author explicitly describes a character's traits, such as their appearance, personality, or motivations. For example, she was a kind and generous woman. Indirect characterization. The author reveals a character's traits through their actions, dialogue, thoughts, and interactions with others. Readers must infer characteristics based on these clues. Effective characterization allows readers to form connections with characters, understand their motivations, and predict their actions. It also helps to create a believable and immersive world. Characters are essential to the development of plot and theme. Their decisions, relationships, and conflicts drive the narrative forward. For example, in William Shakespeare's Hamlet, the protagonist's internal struggle with revenge and morality shapes the entire plot and explores themes of indecision, mortality, and justice. Characters also serve as vehicles for exploring universal themes. Through their experiences, readers can examine concepts such as love, power, identity, and freedom. The growth or downfall of a character often reflects the central message of the work. Many literary characters are based on archetypes, universal patterns or models found across cultures and time periods. Common archetypes include the hero, the mentor, the trickster, and the villain. These archetypes help readers quickly understand a character's role and significance. Characters can also be symbolic, representing ideas or concepts beyond their literal existence. For instance, in George Orwell's Animal Farm, the animals symbolize different social classes and political ideologies. The interactions between characters are crucial for developing the story. Relationships can be friendly, antagonistic, romantic, or familial, and they often serve as the source of conflict or resolution. The dynamics between characters reveal their personalities and motivations, and can lead to significant changes in the narrative. When analyzing characters, readers should consider several factors. Motivation. What drives the character's actions? Development. How does the character change over time? Relationships. How does the character interact with others? Role in the story. Is the character central or peripheral to the plot? Symbolism. Does the character represent a larger idea or theme? By examining these aspects, readers can gain deeper insight into the text and its meaning. Characters are fundamental to literature, serving as the vessels through which stories are told and themes are explored. Whether complex or simple, dynamic or static, characters invite readers to engage with a narrative on a personal level. By understanding the different types of characters, methods of characterization, and the roles they play, readers can enrich their appreciation of literary works and the human experiences they reflect. Let's check for understanding. Carefully read the following questions. Pause the video, determine the best answer for each, and then restart the video to check your answer. What are archetypes in literature? Archetypes are universal patterns or models found across cultures and time periods. Archetypes are unique to each individual story. Archetypes are only used in modern literature. Archetypes refer to the setting of a story. The correct response is: archetypes are universal patterns or models found across cultures and time periods. What is the purpose of symbolic characters in a story? Symbolic characters are always the protagonist. Symbolic characters represent ideas or concepts beyond their literal existence. Symbolic characters never interact with other characters. Symbolic characters only appear in nonfiction. The correct response is: symbolic characters represent ideas or concepts beyond their literal existence. Why are character relationships important in literature? Character relationships help develop the story by creating conflict or resolution. Character relationships are only important in romantic stories. Character relationships do not affect the plot. Character relationships are always friendly. The correct response is: character relationships help develop the story by creating conflict or resolution. Why is effective characterization important in literature? Effective characterization makes the story shorter. Effective characterization is only used for villains. Effective characterization helps readers connect with characters and understand their motivations. Effective characterization is not important for the plot. The correct response is: effective characterization helps readers connect with characters and understand their motivations. This has been a production of D&J Designs and Mathman 1962. If you like this video, click on the thumbs up. If you want to be notified when new videos are posted, click the bell. And if you want to see more videos like this one, click on the subscribe button.